What if you weren't just created, but carefully formed by God's hands? And what if the breath inside you isn't just oxygen? In Genesis 1, God speaks creation into existence. But in Genesis 2, he slows down. He steps closer. He becomes the God who forms. Before identity, before purpose, before the first heartbeat, Scripture says God reached into the dust. Not the stars, not the heavens, the dust. And here's the first mystery. God didn't create humanity from a distance. He formed us with his hands. The Hebrew word is yatsar. It means to sculpt, to shape, to mold, like a potter with clay. You were not spoken into existence. You were crafted. And here's something even deeper. The word Adam comes from adamah, the ground itself, which means humanity is formed from the earth, yet filled with the breath of God. Dust and divinity in the same design. And then comes the second mystery. God breathed into humanity the neshamah, not air, not oxygen, but divine life. The breath that carries identity, consciousness, purpose. This is what makes you more than dust. But here's the part most people never hear. Adam wasn't formed in Eden. He was formed outside the garden and then placed inside it, which means something powerful. Identity comes from God's hands, but purpose comes from where God places you. And Eden itself wasn't just a garden. It was a sacred space where heaven touched earth, a place of delight, abundance, and presence. Then God gives Adam his first assignment, and it's not farming, it's naming. In the ancient world, naming meant authority, identity, stewardship. Before Adam worked the ground, he spoke identity into creation. And here's something many people misunderstand. Work didn't begin after the fall. It existed before sin ever entered the world, which means purpose was always part of the design, not the punishment. Which means your words carry weight, because you were formed by a God who speaks worlds into being. But then something unexpected happens. The first not good, not sin, not darkness, loneliness. It is not good for man to be alone. You were created for connection, for community, for relationship. So God forms the woman, not as an assistant, not as an afterthought, but as an azer, strength, rescue, power. She was created to complete what Adam alone could not carry. And in the center of this sacred world stand two trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Both gifts, but one was not yet time. The mystery was never the tree, it was the timing. And the final hidden truth is this: the knowledge of good and evil wasn't information, it was autonomy. The desire to define life without God. And this is where the story becomes personal. Genesis 2 is not just their story, it is yours. Formed with intention, filled with breath, placed with purpose, designed for relationship. You are not random, you are designed. And the same God who formed humanity from dust is still shaping lives today. This is the God who forms. This is the beginning of us. This is Genesis. If this spoke to your soul, type "formed, not random" in the comments. And follow or subscribe so you don't miss episode 3 of this cinematic journey through Genesis.